Hello,
Hi, it's Verna from Drain Valley Library and
Isaiah from Edmonton, not in the library.
not in the library, he's at home. We are here to show you how to play Uno from a distance. So we've done a little bit of preparing. I have here Uno, this is what we're talking about. After we're finished, if you don't have Uno cards at all, we'll explain to you kind of how you could still play Uno. Even you'd have to have a regular deck of cards. But to play Uno from a distance, ideally everyone who wants to play has a deck of cards. So you want to shuffle those up, get yourself ready. If you've never played Uno before, we're going to give you a couple of the rules here, what the cards mean, the different kind of cards. And some of you might say, oh, there's a lot more rules to Uno than that. They're missing some. But we're going to go with the KISS principle today. If you don't know what that is, I just told Isaiah, does he remember? I don't know. Put you on the
Keep
spot.
it simple, stupid.
Yeah, if you want to be mean. And if you want to be nice, do you know what it is?
Uh, Keep it simple, simple.
Keep it simple, silly. Anyways, so
Okay.
we're gonna try and keep it simple today. So we're not gonna do all the detailed rules, just the basic ones, which we found is a little bit easier when you're playing from a distance to not complicate things too much. Okay, so the goal of Uno is once you get some cards in your hand, you're trying to get rid of them all. And when you get rid of them all, you win. Yay.
But you have to say Uno or else you get a penalty.
Yes. So what happens is if you are left with only one card in your hand like this, you need to say Uno. Now, if you're doing video play, you may be able to see if they actually have one card left or not. But if you are doing play over the phone, you won't be able to see. And even on the video, you might not be able to see, depending where the video is facing. So we thought of this. You could try and call it. So if you suspect somebody has only one card left, you'd be like, hey, did you forget to say Uno? And if they say, yeah, you caught me, and they're going to play honestly, right?
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Because they want you to call them back and play again if they cheat. Maybe you're not calling back. I don't know. Anyways, but if they catch you and you forgot to say Uno when you have only one left, then it is a 2-card penalty. So you have to pick up 2 more cards. Now you've got 3 to get rid of. So that's how that goes. Okay, so we are going to start with explaining what the different cards mean. I guess I'll actually show you something first. So your setup is going to be something like this. Each player, let me see my hands too, is going to get 7 cards. I don't think you can see it very good. But anyway, 7 cards. And then the rest of the cards are going to go here on your stockpile or your draw pile. And you got to decide who is going to flip over and have the first card here for your discard pile. So you're going to need to place cards onto the discard pile. So when it's your turn, you get to look at your 7 cards that you started with, and you see if you have anything that matches either the color that is here or the number that is here. So you can place down 1 card for 1 turn, matches the color, the number. We will demonstrate that for you in just a little bit, but Isaiah is going to get a chance to talk, and he's going to explain some of the different kind of cards that you see. So he doesn't know which one I'm going to pick. Let's see. What's this, Isaiah?
That one, well, it's kind of redundant when there's only 2 people playing. Yeah. It's actually a reverse order card, or, reverse turns. So if you had 4 people, say, and you were going clockwise, you would reverse it and go back to the person that had just played their card.
That's right. Yeah, so this is probably the worst one for playing at a distance, I found.
Yeah.
Because you kind of get it in your head, who's next and everything, and then suddenly you have to figure it all out. I found one thing that helps is if you write down the people's names on a little piece of paper that you can look at and see the order. Another thing you could do, and what's important is when you're playing from a distance, as long as you agree on the rules, you can agree to ignore these cards and not play them. You can agree that this just means skip a turn. So you can decide. That is the most tricky card playing from a distance. When you're only 2 players, I think it's basically like have 2 turns in a row.
Yeah, pretty much.
With that. Okay, so we'll play that way. It just means have 2 turns in a row. Okay, something easier.
That one. So that one's the wild card. So it means that you can switch the color of whatever you want to put down. So say you
Yes.
have like a bunch of blue cards in your hand and you want to win, you've got a couple of cards left, you would say, I'm going to switch it to blue. And then, you give yourself a better chance at winning. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. So you hope you switched it to blue by the time it's your turn, it's still blue. Is what
Right.
you, because that can change. Okay. So anyways, speaking of, well, this is.
That one's just a regular card. Pretty much you just want to match either the number or the suit or, the color. So say there was that card that you just put down, the wild card, somebody put down, or somebody said like to do a yellow, and they put down a yellow 6. Or sorry, that was a 7 you had before, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So they put down a yellow 7, but you had the blue 7, so you could put that one down and it would still work.
Okay. So it kind of goes the same way, right, with everything. So if this one's on the top, you either got to put a yellow or something that matches the picture. It's the picture, the number, whatever it has to match, unless you're dealing with the wild card, which you got to choose what color it will be. And then you got to pay attention or ask your person, what color did you pick again? Okay, so here's another kind.
That one there is a skip turn. So pretty much you just lose your turn. That's it. You just have to match the color. You can't just put it down whenever. You have to match the color to what's on the top of the deck.
And skip a turn, it means the next person who's playing skips a turn. All these cards apply to the next person, right?
Yeah.
So
and
oh yes.
That card actually, if somebody else put down a skip a turn, you can put down a skip a turn of whatever color. You can match that too. It doesn't have to be the same color.
Oh yeah, because it matches the picture, right? The symbol or the number. Mm-hmm. Okay, so applying to your next turn, sadly, you might get this card.
Yes, that one there. So you just have to match the color, and then you make the next person playing pick up 2 cards from the draw pile.
Okay, so I guess there's kind of 2 different things going on with the card. If it's on the top of the pile and it's my turn and I'm not putting this one down, then it's on the top of the pile. I have to match the picture or I have to match the color. Exactly. But if I'm putting it down, I'm making the next person take up 2 cards.
So. Yeah, and that person can play. It's not like a skip turn. They can play still once they pick them up.
Yeah, exactly. Now this one is the funnest card of them all. That is if you are the one who's putting it down. It is not fun if you are the one who sees it on the top of the pile when it's your turn.
This one is kind of like a double whammy from the +2, actually a triple whammy, because you can both play it, make the next person pick up 4, and then also you get to choose the suit. So say they don't have any blue, you could change it to blue and then make them pick up 4 as well.
Yes.
And it's just like, you might ruin a friendship that way, but it's worth it. It's all worth it to win Uno.
Okay, well, what do we got to leave everything that happened in Uno? We got to leave it in the game. Don't take it with you outside the game, okay? So that's it. Those are the cards. And so Isaiah and I are going to do a little bit of the gameplay here for you. Little example, and then you'll know what to do. Okay, so we've already dealt out to ourselves. So that's what you have to do, because you have to use your own pile. Dealt up to ourselves each 7 cards. You got your 7 cards, Isaiah?
Yep.
Yeah, he's ready. Okay, and we've also gotten our piles ready. I think it's time to put the screen down so they can see what we're playing. Okay. Oh, he's ready for another game with his other set of cards. That's okay. So we also agreed that this was going to be our starting card, that I was going to flip it over. And so I think I'm going to let Isaiah go first now, because, go for it.
Okay, so I'm going to do one of those cool little tricks and switch it to a green with my 5.
Oh, and one thing we thought of, it can be really confusing, because like right now, when video which is the top of our pile. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah,
so what I'm going to do, what helps me, is if I just flip this one over, so now the only one I can see is it blue or is it green?
that one's green.
So it's a green 5. So that's all I can see now. So I say to myself, okay, I got to put down a 5 or I got to put down a green card. Okay, so I am going to choose to do this.
All right. Then I flip mine over and I will play red 4.
Red 4. Okay, so this isn't the top anymore. I'm flipping it over so I can only see red 4. If you're doing this over the phone, you kind of have to keep track in your head of what's happening, or you might need to re-ask somebody what's on the top of the pile now, because everybody's got their own pile going on. So you might want to flip over your card like that, or have a little note paper or something to write down if that helps. Right. Okay, so he's got a red 4, so I'm going to play, turn it this way for you. I'm playing a blue 4.
Okay, so that means I'll have to draw because I don't have any. Actually, wait. I do have
wait a
green
minute.
4.
Now I'm totally confused because you didn't flip over your other card, remember?
Oh, right.
So
and then you flip yours.
As soon as he puts that down, maybe I flip over.
Okay, yeah. That makes more sense.
So I'm going to make things a little bit more interesting here, and I'm going to play a wild card, and I choose red.
Red.
So you might want to flip over your 4
I do
there.
have to choose. Okay, so I didn't get anything that I can play, so it's your turn.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay, so that means so it's still red there. So I'm going to flip it over, and I'm glad because I had a red that I wanted to play. There it is.
And I have to draw again. I still have nothing.
Oh, it's my turn. Well, I'm going to be super cruel because I have to be. It's the only one I can play, my friend.
Ooh.
Don't hate me forever. We're leaving it in the Uno game, right?
I guess. If we
You
have
can
to.
guess this. Let's see. Well, I don't know. What do you think? Is this a good place to end our demonstration before I lose my friendship?
That's fine. Yeah. I'd rather not pick up 4.
You'd rather not pick up 4. Okay, let's look at the people again. Okay, I think they get the idea. I think we said everything we need to say. If somehow you happen to run out of cards in your stock or draw pile, which I doubt you will, because now we have like a whole set we're drawing from. But what you do is you take what's on the bottom of your discard pile, you can reshuffle that, and then you get a new stock or draw pile. So, so there we go. All right. I'm going to say goodbye from the Uno game.
Bye, Uno.
Bye, Uno.